everything will be okay. Through all your pain, through all your sorrow, through all your pain, through all your sorrow, your pain, sorrow, your pain, sorrow.
See you later, Gato. What is up, Gato Squad? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Elias, and if you are new here and want daily car content, consider subscribing. Now, as you guys saw yesterday, I was installing the new wheels and tires on my Honda Civic Type R, and I think they look really good. Let's take a look real quick. So I wanted to share with you guys today how the car handles, how the car feels. You know, there's a bunch of questions you guys are asking me, like, for example, is there a torque steer now? Is the car, you know, how does it feel? How does the steering feel compare to the other wheel and tire package? How's the grip? Obviously, people are going to ask about that. So I want to cover all of that right now. But first, let's take a look at the car. Okay, so taking a look around the car, I think it looks amazing. You know, I was really going for that kind of rally-inspired look. And I think I pulled it off here with these wheels and tires. Let me know in the comments, of course. You know, I'm expecting half of you to hate it and half of you to love it. We'll see what you guys say. I love the way it looks. I think it looks great on the car. I actually think it looks better than I expected to. Now, before we set off and drive, and I'll tell you my first impressions, I want to let you guys know that when you get brand new tires, you really do have to break them in. I have not broken these in yet. I just installed them yesterday, and I had to recover from this illness that I have, like a mild cold or something. I'm getting better, so today I wanted to go for a drive. I have a lot of things to do. I'm going to be driving around, putting miles on the tires before I really talk about their performance and things like that. But before even then, I'm going to give you my first impressions, see how they feel, because it does change the way the car feels. You know, it has a lot more sidewall to it, so it could affect the steering. It could get a torque steer. I'm not sure about that yet, and the traction, I'm sure, is not going to be the same as the other wheels and tires. So let's take a look. So setting off here for the first time on these tires, and immediately the first thing you realize is that all the gravel that's around my house is not picking it up. That's awesome. Definitely a welcome change. Picking up a lot of gravel does get kind of annoying after a while. So this is definitely awesome. So that's the first thing I realized. Second thing, I don't really feel the bumps as much. That's to be expected, of course. Much bigger sidewall than the factory tires, but so far so good. Let's drive around a bit and I'll let you know how I feel. Straight away setting off there, first gear, gave it like a quarter throttle. We're in sport mode, so give it like a quarter throttle, and already you can see the difference in the tires, tire performance. Yeah, these tires are not going to grip as well, and again, that's to be expected. These are all seasons. The factory tires that come with the car are max performance summer tires, so max performance summer tires are really sticky compared to all seasons, and that's why they don't work during the winter, which is why I have all seasons on them. So yeah, I've been driving it around here for like basically the whole day. I got like 100 miles in these tires now. They should be broken in by now, and I think they are. A few things: braking performance, turning performance, and acceleration performance have all been decreased, and yeah, that's to be expected, but that's something to keep in mind when you do this downgrade. It's definitely going to be quite a change when you change from the factory tires to all seasons. The other thing that you notice is during the turns, you kind of feels less precise than it does when you have the factory wheels and tires. Now, the main reason for that is because of the sidewall thickness. So that's both a gift and a curse when it comes to upgrading or downgrading from 20-inch wheels, summer tires, to 18-inch wheels with all seasons. So the gift is that the ride is much more comfortable. So driving around, I barely even noticed the bumps, the divots, the little holes, and the, you know, the basically kind of terrible roads that Pennsylvania has. Basically all the US has terrible roads these days, but you barely feel it with this new tire and wheel setup, which is pretty awesome for people that are going to be daily driving their Type Rs. The other thing that's positive is that there's less tire noise for sure, so I don't hear the tires as much as I do with the factory wheel and tire, and that's, you know, like, that's definitely a positive thing. A lot of people get annoyed by tire noise. I don't really care that much, but it is something to keep note of. Now, of course, the negatives. So taking turns and things like that, you know, not that it doesn't have good performance. It performs really well. It's just that, you know, the less grip is definitely noticeable, and having that thicker sidewall means that when you turn, hey, some wild turkeys. So when you turn, you're gonna have a little bit more wobble than you're used to. So that's gonna decrease the precision steering that the Civic Type R comes with from the factory, and it's gonna decrease the steering feel that you get from the steering wheel. And, you know, for daily driving, not a big deal at all. You still get a ton of performance from this car, even with all seasons. Like I said, the big difference is that you're gonna have to keep in mind that the car is gonna have a lot less performance. So you can't take the same turns you used to take, you know, at breakneck speed. You have to slow it down a little bit, and that's okay. You know, you shouldn't be driving like that anyway on public roads. So what do I mean when I mean that the wheels and tires feel less precise? Well, we're on a pretty curvy road here, as pretty much every road down here is, and on the factory tires and the wheels, you feel very planted, very connected to the road. With these tires, not as much. So doing this feels a little bit wobbly, and again, thicker sidewall, less stiff sidewall is going to give you more comfortable ride, but it's going to give you a lot less precise steering and a lot less performance in terms of driving. So let's take this turn here semi-quick and show you. I just wanted to exaggerate there how the tires are, but in the factory tires, I'm pretty sure they'll barely even squeak going through there. With these tires, you're of course going to get all the squeal, it's going to get all the understeer, and you know, all that it comes with less performance in the tire. One thing I do want to note though is that the back end still does love to play around. That's something pretty cool. That's pretty awesome that I did not expect. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know what to expect with these tires and wheels. And the Civic Type R still keeps its awesome handling characteristics. That's something that's really cool. It's just a little bit less grip. So this could be even just more fun. There's the understeer. So even in third gear there, the third gear pull, you'll feel the tires kind of losing grip as the turbo and VTEC kick in. Now, again, that's to be expected, but that's something you gotta know when you downgrade from max performance to all seasons. Braking performance, of course, is less as well. So again, you have to make sure you keep that into account when you're driving around. Saying hello to Bambi there. Hello. Hi, buddy. I do love the way the tires kind of absorb most of the impact of all the bumps and things like that. That's kind of cool. And I kind of like the fact that there's less grip in these tires. You can kind of feel the car pull its way out of the corners. The traction control is constantly on. As soon as I get on throttle, it just turns on. Even in third gear, rolling third gear, it's just gonna turn on. And that's, you know, that's expected. But yeah, pretty cool. You know, I do like the tire and wheel setup. It's really good. It's exactly what I expect. You know, it's more comfortable, more plush. It's pretty good. So as you saw there, not gonna be the fastest Type R on the road, but not too bad either. So let's see how these tires hold up to this little hill climb here. I'm obviously not gonna be pushing them too much. Since they're gonna have a lot less grip. But to be honest with you, after getting used to them a little bit here, they perform pretty well for all-season tires. These Sumitomos. See how it takes this turn here. Well, not bad. Of course, this is still a Type R. You know, it's not a it's not a regular hatch or anything like that. So it's still gonna feel. You're still gonna feel the performance, but it does pretty well with those all seasons. Just less grip. It's not a big deal at all. Thumbs up. Okay, guys. So as you saw there, the tires do perform pretty well for what they are. You know, of course, they're not gonna be like the factory summer tires. Nothing really is gonna be like those unless you get hard compound tires with the same tires. But as an all-season tire, they perform pretty well. You know, it still feels like you're driving a Type R. You know, it takes the turns really, really well. It grips through the turns. The back end loves to play around still, and the car pulls itself through the turns using that limited slip differential and computer systems to kind of direct the power to the left or right tire as it pulls through the corner. It just feels really good. So in closing, I want to leave you guys with a couple points. Since this is a front-wheel drive car, tire choice is going to make a huge difference in performance because the front tires are doing all the turning, most of the braking, and all the accelerating on the car. And when you tax the tires that much, it's going to be all that more important to get the proper tire setup. Now, with these all seasons, of course you're going to have diminished performance, but the flip side of that is going to be more comfortable. It's going to be a little bit better in terms of dealing with potholes and dealing with terrible roads. For daily driving, it's just a much better wheel package than the factory wheel setup. So I'm glad I have the factory wheel setup. I'm going to be setting those up with some brand new sticky rubber tires. Can't wait to try those out of the track. Probably not this year anymore. We're done with track days for now. For maybe next year we'll be able to do that. Yeah, so that's pretty much wraps it up, guys. So I'm really happy with my tire and wheel choice. I think it looks great, it drives okay, and it does exactly what I wanted it to do, which is provide decent performance for an all-season setup. Alright, so if you guys haven't yet subscribed, please do so. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.